Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. However, this finds you, I do hope this finds you well. Listen, I'm not going to be on here for a long time, but I am going to be on here for a dragging of the view time. I need you to stay with me for a little bit longer than 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Dragging the view is one of my favorite pastimes, but I took a couple of days off last week in the spirit of the ancestors for Juneteenth, and I'm so glad that I did because I wanted to honor the ancestors, but also because this particular story, it now has legs. People weighed in, there are think pieces, there are TikToks, you name it. I saw it live in real time the day before Juneteenth, and baby, I was yelling at the screen. I could not take it. I want to be clear. I am not here to get into the politics of it all. I have said that to you all before. I am not a political wonk, nor am I a global policy wonk. Your girl knows a lot about both, but we don't weigh in on those things on this channel, in this space. That's not my lane. I have over 20 years of experience as a comms professional, and that's where we flex, okay? What I am here to talk about is about silencing. And I have had my fill. I think we all have had our fill of Sara and Alyssa on The View silencing people. Yo, in the last 6-7 months, they done started to flex a little more. The girls started flexing, okay? People have been talking about the intense and warranted exchanges between the hosts. Y'all are gonna listen, right? Get your popcorn, get your matcha, whatever it is, and take a look.
Here's where things stand. 79% of Americans agree Iran should never have a nuclear weapon. But when you go to a question around regime change, around American boots on the ground, it is significantly less popular. People do not want to get back to forever wars. People do not want that. We're sick of it.
Well, that's what I think is very problematic, because what people aren't talking about is that Israel preemptively struck Iran. And so I think the conversation would be very different if another country preemptively sent missiles to this country. You have to do that legally and under international criminal
Iran's
law.
launched tons of missiles against Israel in the last few years.
You're not supposed to do this. Under international law, Israel should not be preemptively striking another country. And these executive orders have been ongoing since Gerald Ford. The current executive order says you cannot threaten nor can you kill the leader of another country. We really need to have a bird's eye view of what's going on. And by the way, I want to say this so that I don't get a bunch of hate mail. Criticism of the Israeli government is not anti-Semitic. Okay, I am criticizing Benjamin Netanyahu. I am criticizing Israel. I am not an anti-Semite, but I under international criminal law
Commend what's going on right now, because the U.S. is not actively involved.
Well, no, they're not actively involved because by law,
they're not supposed to.
He can't make that decision. The question then becomes, I mean, that's why you have a UN. That's why you have all of these folks who come together. And yeah, it's slow.
But let's just remember too, the Iranians literally throw gay people off of buildings. They don't adhere to basic human rights.
Listen, here's the thing. Let's not do that, because if we start with that, we have been known in this country to tie gay folks to the car.
I'm sorry, but where the Iranian regime is today in 2025 is nothing compared to the United States.
Hanging black people. So
it is not even the same. I couldn't step foot during this.
Wait. That's not what you mean to say. It is the same.
No, it's not. The year 2025 in the United States is nothing like if I step foot wearing this outfit into Iran.
Listen, I'm sorry.
I can't have my hair showing. I can't wear a skirt. I can't have my arms out.
I'm telling you,
I literally said it was up to the Iranian people.
Yes,
it is up to them.
And that's why I am saying that it is the same. Murdering someone for their difference is not good, whoever does it. It's not. Let me tell you about being in this country. This is the greatest country in the world. But every day, we are worried. Do we have to be worried about our kids? Are our kids going to get shot because they're running through somebody's neighborhood? They are not big deals, and I don't mean to say they're not big deals to you, because that's not what I meant.
And they are not doing well there either. They are not doing well in Iran. They are not educated. They cannot have
talking
property.
about
They
the
cannot
United
be
States.
I'm talking about here.
Nobody wants to diminish the very real problems we have in this country. That is
good.
no one's intent.
Good.
But I think it's important we remember there are places much darker than this country and people who deserve
listen,
rights.
Not
and
everybody feels that way. Not everybody feels that way. Listen, I'm sorry. You know, when you think about the fact that we got the vote in 1965.
Okay, they don't have free and fair elections in Iran. It's not even the same universe. They can't go out of their house. Women,
you know what? There's no way I can make you understand.
I can't even watch the clip. That was a shutdown. That was not a discussion. Alyssa somehow reverted to being a 14-year-old girl. Well, they can't even wear skirts. What in the world? She was so caught up in it, she couldn't even hear Whoopi. What was going on here? Sara, too. This was about tone, this was about posturing, and this was about power. Whoopi is the most decorated and distinguished individual at that table. It cannot be denied. So she cannot be heard when she is trying to talk about her personal experience? Huh? It was so triggering to me to watch this. Alyssa and Sara, they made fools of themselves. I know they were thanking the ancestors that the next day was Juneteenth and that show was pre-recorded and there wasn't a show that was live on Friday, or else they would have had to deal with it. And now they kind of are going to get away with it because due to the news cycle, I ain't saying nothing on it, I'm not. They will likely not have to discuss it come today. That is Monday, June 23rd. We shall see. But I'll tell you this, I don't have time for it and I don't tell for fools, okay? Anybody who is sitting down with me and we are having a discussion, you will not try to tell me what my experience has been. You will not bring over this one, that one, this one, that one, and try to compare their experience to my experience. When I'm sitting before you and I'm telling you how it is for me, as someone who has been dismissed or talked over in professional settings, as most of us have, this hit home for me. It wasn't just me who was feeling this way. This made the rounds, as I said, and there were other people who were talking about it. I'm not alone in this, and thankfully, people got sense. Take a look.
Okay, first of all, for obvious reasons, Whoopi's not wrong, so I'm not even gonna address that. Furthermore, listen to a black woman when she's talking about black people's experience. I wish white women would know when to STFU. Sometimes, actually most times, you don't have the range to talk about anything outside of your white experience.
There's no way I can make you understand.
Also, it's the view. Like, they rarely have the range to talk about much.
What it shows is that you're speaking about black people and white people in two different realities. And I'm talking about in generalities here, but we are living in two different realities because there are parts of this country that are really, really, really terrible to a lot of people. A lot of people were set down in ghettos. I'm not going to get into which one is worse. It's not an oppression Olympics for me. But I think if people would just be more curious and try to learn some understanding of how it is for all people, many people move in different circles. I will be honest with you. I am in a position of privilege. Iran is a bad place right now. Bombings and all of that. I will give it to you. I will give it to them. So I think it's just about trying to understand each other and that America is not the same for every single person and every single ethnicity.
I'll tell you what I saw. I saw a black woman trying to express herself, trying to talk about how black people are treated and are oppressed in this country. And I saw a woman of color and a white woman shut her down. I saw a white woman and a woman of color get together to try to shut down a black woman, to stop her from speaking, to stop her from expressing the heartache and the pain and the mistreatment of what the people in her community have to deal with on a regular basis. And that is what it's like for black women in this country. They get it from all sides. Everyone trying to stop a black woman from expressing her heartache, her disappointment, her oppression. Alyssa goes on to say, I'm not trying to diminish the atrocities that take place in this country. But then she goes on to diminish what it is that Whoopi Goldberg is trying to say about what black people have to deal with in this country. They don't care about what black women are going through. Therefore, they will overtalk, they will diminish, and they will not listen to what a black woman has to say. You just watched it.
It's always the same formula. You bring a point, they pivot, they paper over it, and then you are the problem. How convenient. I rewatched it, and I did put my comment for the producers up on YouTube. The View has a silencing problem. It is one thing to have a different point of view, a different political standpoint from another human. That is the whole point of the show, right? But when we get to policing, I don't know if they need to bring an expert on, but they need to talk about tone policing, and they need to talk about which viewpoints get centered and which get cut off. Enough is enough. Because I tell you this, it's not just about one moment. This is about a pattern that I've noticed. And the way those two ganged up, you could see Sonny was restraining. She was trying to hold back. Because why? When she stands up, she is demonized. Whoopi too. I told y'all I would not be on here for a long time, but I would be on here for a dragging of the View time, and I delivered. We gonna see what today brings. They gonna talk about it or no? Anyway, did you see it live? And if you did you feel that energy shift? What did you think about it? Let's talk about it respectfully, but truthfully. Be sure to share this with some of your guys or your girlies. Like and subscribe. And remember, until next time, you are capable of big things, including listening to your colleagues.